And go for it. Yeah.
Oh,
So, whoa, how are you this week?
ah, uh, well, that's hard to define. It's a very weird state of being. Physically very tired.
So what's happening?
Uh, okay, first of all, this is for now the last podcast that my podcast studio is Gran Canaria. Because tomorrow I am leaving my beautiful Dragon Island for the next month and going to Netherlands tomorrow evening. So it's very unreal. I am, of course, I'm packing things. Luckily, I can leave a lot of things here, but like my bikes, I take with me some clothes. So I'm kind of organizing all of this house. And every like bike ride I do or where I come is like, but this is the last time for now, which is also very weird. And yeah, besides that, I am sleeping not so much. I would say very bad, but what is very bad? I go to bed and I'm awake for many hours. My heart rate goes everywhere, even in the night, because when I'm climbing on the bike, makes sense that it goes up. But last night it was interesting to follow the rhythm that was not a rhythm anymore. So yeah, it's very intense, and and also I noticed we just talked about it that there's so much to process that
Mhm.
also I'm eating half of usual or even less. I'm not hungry, not even after 200-kilometer bike ride and 5,000 meters of climbing, which is quite insane. I'm not hungry. It's like new sources of energy are opening up because we of course we are trained that we should eat, that eat food is the
Mhm.
fuel for our
Mhm.
body, but yeah, for the physical body. But light body, energetic body, it feels like everything is changing and that is growing. So now I charge more for from going into the ocean, which I for sure I'm gonna do today again, and be there for 2 hours. When I come out of that, I'm way more energized than it's what I actually notice is when I after I eat now, because sometimes my stomach starts but after I feel less energy, which is total paradox of everything.
I'm very happy with your words, and I think more and more people can relate to it. So I think it's very needed to broadcast these things.
Yes.
Because I have the same already for a few months that every 3 weeks there are some days that I don't eat. And like you, it's not that I do computer work or sitting I'm really like working on the land.
Yes.
We bought more than 10,000 plants. We thought 8,000 so much, but we counted them. We've got more than 10,000 plants to plant.
Amazing.
But we have to create a road, and we bought a new pump, and we bought a lot of tubes, and we have to cover the investment. We do a lot of work on different places. So it's a lot of physical work, and it's just 2.5 days, 3 days that I don't eat.
And
And
and how do you experience that? Is it because people would think, but you get very hungry or your stomach is just all the time, or you get like headaches because of not eating or not drinking coffee, or so how do you experience it physically?
light. So I'm triggered by your last words that um, I actually really cannot eat. So my whole system says do not take in. So I drink more water
Hmm.
and water. There's a lot of water, but
Yeah.
I just there's almost a physical no
Yeah.
on eating, and
Yeah.
I a lot of days, my first moment to eat is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
Then somewhere around 7 or 8, because if I'm home after 9, I also don't eat, because I
Go to
don't
bed.
go with a full stomach
Yes.
to bed. So there are also a lot of days that I just eat once a day.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's really abundant, like we are in Italy, So you got this primo and secondo, and you got your dolce and everything. And yeah, there are days I don't eat and drink a lot, and then it's like my whole system is shearing, like yeah,
Yes.
and and it's because, and I found the words now to my environment.
Yeah.
I have to process energy. So there,
Yes.
there's a surge, so not looking for, but an energy boost, a surge of energy pointed to me, or I'm receiving it anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and I need all my inner energy to process it. So how do I spend my lunch? Meditating for an hour, 1.5. And sometimes I cry, and sometimes I feel totally disorientated, sometimes I feel blissed, sometimes I feel all these things. And as I say to the people around me, I just sit for an hour and a half. And yeah, the only thing that this week came up is that I really asked some people around me, because I don't hear the news, I'm not interested,
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to the radio. If there is, I could imagine that there is going on something big with a lot of people on the planet.
And did they tell you something? Or they
They
say,
said no.
no. No, but I feel it like that because there is something big happening, but it's not visible for those eyes yet.
It's
It's
so sensible, and again, I'm not a doom scenario
no,
guy.
no.
And there is an energy surge to process. For example, we have a beautiful young couple here, and they decided to really embrace also the business opportunities that we have. So they decided to come back after the summer and really work to become owner of things that we are doing. And
Mm-hmm.
this young guy asked if his friends would come for a couple of weeks. He's a hard worker. He is from Germany. He's 2 meters something, so it's like he is a giant
Yes.
for people around here. And this guy is totally fresh, totally okay, totally new, totally like okay, and I want to work, and I'm a good worker, and anything. And he came exactly on the first day that I couldn't eat.
Okay.
He is sick for 4 days now.
Since he arrived.
Yep. And there was nothing wrong with this guy. So I apologized. I said, yeah, there is an energy surge, and I invited it. And I think you can feel it.
Yes.
So yeah, a lot of energy, and this I know from my teachers that this is the energy where people got their future telling from.
Wait again. This is the energy. You mean this kind of that you feel there is something really strong that is difficult for our physical carbon bodies to process. How is that related to future telling?
Because it's energy that's not time related. It's the creative energy that will cause things on what we call humanity and Earth. Because it's strong, it's powerful.
But if it's not time related, then there is no, it's future past, it can be everywhere.
That's why there is no future seer or teller or that can predict time. If they predict time, like you will be married 185 days from now, It's beautiful. People can do that. You can believe in it, and it even becomes more true. The information comes from the world without time, so it will happen.
Okay.
What I felt this week,
Yeah. Yes.
something will happen.
Yes. And
And
it's good to say that because it's nothing about doom. Probably it's going to be wonderful. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's not a
a lot
label,
of
but
light. It's a lot of light.
oh, for sure something's going to happen. Um, and um, and maybe also people who are listening are feeling something, because it's quite intense. But then, well, it's not something to worry about or get scared or anxiety, but kind of listen to it.
Yeah, for example, to make it very practical, Juliet and I, we always said that we wanted to guide some couples, like people who are married or in love with each other.
Yes.
And we actually are doing it now, and it's so helpful also for us because we do it like we have a conversation with four people, like Juliet and I and the couple in front of us, and today was all about energy. And it's not that both people are even open to energy work.
Mm-hmm.
I heard myself explaining, it was actually this morning. One of them said, I'm always wrecked when I wake up.
Okay.
And I said, it's so beautiful that you know that. And then but for me not, because I'm wrecked every morning. No. The fact that you tell this, notice this, are
Yes.
aware about it, means a lot. So I want to reach out to you and tell you there is a lot of energy in the air. And that's not like woo-woo magical talk. No,
No.
it's these people live in the city, so there is Wi-Fi all around, there is mobile phones all around, there is a lot of energy. I'm not against those things, and it's just science. You can measure that there is more energy in the air, so we have to process that.
Yes, well, if or not, but then it's kind of a big fight with yourself.
And you wake up wrecked every morning. And
Yes,
what is the ultimate place for a lot of people to process the extra amount of energy?
in the night.
Yeah.
In
And
this,
you just if you're curious, ask ChatGPT about the numbers, about people who cannot sleep. You will be astonished.
yes.
That's a lot of people. And then ask ChatGPT how much of the people that sleep use sleep
Oh,
medicine,
yes.
which kills your deep sleep. So your whole system cannot really
Recover and
no, it can't
recuperate.
recover, it can't process.
No.
So with sleep medication, you cannot process the energy, and if you
No, you
don't
kind of
process
switch
it, it's
off.
still there.
You switch off the process because you lower a lot every frequency with the sleep
Exactly.
medication. So you get the opposite effect.
And it's the last refuge for a lot of people, sleep.
Yes.
So we had a beautiful, like really 2 feet on the ground conversation. For example, about I love that we had this conversation. One of them doesn't want to have a door in the sleeping room to be in contact with everything around, because otherwise the whole nerve system of this person is on. But when everything is open, it can go down. It's more safe for the system to have everything open. And the other one, you guess it right,
The
wants to
opposite.
have a door.
Yes.
because everything open is stressing the nerve system.
Yes.
And we ended up in this beautiful conversation to give these people the to allow themselves, especially when you're a little bit older like me. We learned that if you don't sleep in the same bed, you don't love each other.
Oh,
So
that's a story that is told, you
that's
mean?
the story. If
Ah,
you
yes,
sleep
not a story.
apart,
Yes.
that's like the pre-time to get divorced, you know? Because
Ah, we see.
and we only have sex in the bedroom. So if you don't sleep together, you don't have these intimate moments and there's a
All
whole
stories. Yes, and
story, blah blah blah
judgment.
blah blah around it. So people stay in the same bed, have total different wishes and needs for their system, because what works for the one doesn't have to work for the other, or even the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So we just suggested try for a week, a month, 3 months, half a year to just, if you want to sleep apart, do it, you know? Because if sleep is if the quality of sleep is increased, if you can
Mm-hmm.
process all the surplus of energy,
Yes.
you become a person that's more easygoing. You become a more intelligent person. Your triggers will diminish.
Yes.
So it works. And you don't have to always, no, it's about just having the possibility, you know, to experiment with it. But this is one of the holy, sacred bedroom story things that people will never talk, they won't even consider to use two separate bedrooms.
No, it's a very unorthodox idea that you gave them.
But it's needed for a
Yes.
lot of people.
Yes.
And Juliet and I also did it when we lived in the Netherlands, and we did it for a long time. And for us, the nice thing is that, like, the intimate moments, you have to create them in another way. So it opens a whole new world. So it's not about that you don't get intimate or don't love or like each other. No, it
Oh,
just opens up a whole new world. And now now we we are always in the same bed. It just comes and goes, but it's everything is
yes.
possible, you know?
But it's like we talked many times about, it's about having choices and about feeling and listening to your body. Like we started about the not sleeping or the food, or you can think, no, but I learned that we should eat 3 times a day, as we all are programmed, I think. Or you just feel, but does my body want something or not? And then you just listen to it. And this is the same with this. Like if you feel that you should have good rest with the door open or not, that you just, it's not good. It's not a label. It's again, being the flow.
Exactly.
It goes for everything. But yes, this is again another topic that is more how to say, unorthodox or whatever.
Yeah.
So yes, so sometimes we maybe exclude some parts for having a choice, even unconsciously, because we never ever think about having a choice. And I think for example, in food or sleeping in the same bed, it's so deeply programmed that it's almost difficult to become aware of having a choice there too.
Yeah.
Because like you said that you didn't eat a few days this week, and then already people will ask you, since you live in a community, but why? I experienced a lot the same when I stopped drinking alcohol 15 years ago. It's like you have to explain it a million times to everybody. And it's the same with, with food. If you don't eat, your family will ask, or if you, whatever, would go to lunch or out with friends. And so it's because you always have to explain so much, well, you don't have to, but society asks, maybe you never realize that there is a choice.
Yeah, and the benefit of the community here
Yes,
is that I can experiment.
yes,
Because people say, so you're fasting. but that word doesn't resonate with
No.
me because the reason that you see me not joining lunch or dinner is because my whole system wants to use the inner energy to transform the energy that's like really knocking on my door.
Yes.
So I can, so I, but I have to communicate something, you know? So for example, there is this guy we work with, this Italian guy, and food is, of course, you don't tell an Italian not to eat pranzo. And he said, yeah, and you have to eat, and we already have so much to do, and I don't want to have an extra problem with you not eating. And I was just telling him, like, but I'm doing work that's not possible to explain.
No.
Somebody has to do the work, and I will do the work. Yeah, but what kind of work? I just said it's, and I'm
Energy.
unable to explain it. But
Yes.
I have other work to do. That's the
Yes.
one. That's the words that I found. I have other work to do, which is kind of soothing because he thinks I'm not working. That's very interesting. If I don't eat,
Yes.
I don't work. That's like connected.
Yes.
If you eat well, you feel well, and you can work.
Yes.
So I experimented with the word work. So I said I have to do other work.
Work. Yes.
And then after 2.5 days, I had this lovely pranzo, which was so easy to digest.
Pranzo is lunch, by the way, for the
Yeah.
lunch.
Thank you. And then we were at the bar at 4 because if you drive by a bar, you always have to go into the bar,
True.
drink coffee, but lots of times I only do water. So we are in this bar, and he's explaining to other people, yeah, this guy really looks great, right? He really looks great today. Yeah. It's like he's giving light, yeah, but that's because he is very well in a full energy clearing. He didn't eat for 2.5 days. He's doing very good. So why I'm telling this story is, if I'm in this community and people see me before, during, and after,
Yes.
and it's so nice to get the feedback from people that they appreciate your whole energy more after.
Because they can sense the difference.
Something happened.
Yes. 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 And maybe also because we say we have to process a lot of energy, and well, we both are experiencing this a lot. But people will maybe ask, but why? And why is it related to food? And I don't understand. So I think that's also maybe important because we say, well, food would interrupt this process, make it a lot harder. But it's about different kind of bodies.
Yeah, but the spot is the same. So you also have to tell the story about what you decided with the sun.
Oh,
It's
yes.
the third chakra. So
Yes.
processing in the map of the chakras, in how I'm learned to explain what's happening. It's easy to digest, to transform, to transmute, to do alchemy with fire, right?
Yes.
So that's the third chakra. And our whole processing system is located in our stomach.
True.
So if you eat food, you have to digest it, and your third chakra has to bring energy to this whole digestive system. But I'm called to digest energy, which I also do with my third chakra.
Yes.
And then sometimes there's a lot of sadness, so I go to my second chakra. There's a lot of fear, I go full all in the ground. And then I go all the way up to my heart chakra, and I feel like in this divine love. And then I get into enlightenment, and then we go back again, and then it just happens.
Yes. Yes.
And that's the easiest way for me to explain why I don't eat. but it's not the mind. It's not that my mind says I don't want to eat. My system
Yes,
asks me,
to not
very
eat.
gentle,
Yes.
to not eat.
Yes, and it's even, for example, usually when I see dark chocolate, oh my God, I like so much. In the last days when I see it, I become nauseous. It's it's which is very weird. My hands like, what? I love chocolate. Well, not these days. Maybe one day again, I hope. But so it's really your body is very, very clear about
Yeah,
um
and
about it.
I have, by the way, and while we are talking about it, I've got another cheat code. I created a mix with
Yes.
spirulina, macao, protein powder, cacao. There's a closet full of powder,
Yes.
and I mix it with plant milk, soya milk, and so I can cheat my mind because if I just take one glass of this
Mm,
potion, I can tell my mind that all the essentials are
are
there.
in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
sometimes it works because it's liquid.
yes.
So it's okay to do that in early in the morning.
Hmm.
But food like I have to chew, nah,
No. No.
impossible.
So yes. So about okay, another thing because you set the fire, so I will tell from the sun, but also it maybe it's why do we have to process all of this energy anyway? I mean, that's maybe a relevant question. But about the sun, yes. Well, as everybody knows, I am now a long time in Gran Canaria, which is a hot tropical island. It's going to be 35 this weekend. And I decided since last October when I was in 𝗕𝗱 to not use sunblock anymore. Nada, niente. And I'm here out on the bike sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours, full in the sun all the time, being completely wet from sweat, so even more, absorbing the sun. And I was wondering what was going to happen because we are also programmed that if you don't use sunblock, you are gonna burn and you get a skin cancer and all of that kind of things. And the funny thing is,
Very dangerous what you are telling now, right?
yes,
Very
very
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes, because then you get a melanoma and do. Oh, what is very bad. But well, you can maybe guess already that in all these months, I am not sunburned in 1 single millimeter of my skin. Nowhere. And also, I don't get weird spots. I don't get melanomas or whatever. Nothing, nothing. And it feels even again like the opposite. So another paradox that um, the sun is charging me, and I would block it literally if I put sunblock. And also I was on the beach 2 days ago in the middle of the day, and so it was very intense sun. And then I just feel after I think it was after 1, 2 hours too, I felt okay. My skin is telling me that it was enough, and I go back home. And when I would put sunblock, I could not communicate. And also, of course, in sunblock, there is a lot of chemicals. You had a funny story that when people ask you why you don't put sunblock, then what do you ask them? You said, well, would you drink from it? Yeah, and then people say, oh no, my God, because it's poisonous, I would never drink sunblock. So, but the skin is our biggest, how to
Organ,
say,
and it drinks.
organ.
It breathes and it drinks.
Yes, yes. So why put the poison? Because you take it in anyway through your skin, it comes also in your blood, in your system. So yeah, this is maybe a very weird, mind-blowing thing, but I've not been sunburned for
Yeah,
one
and
moment, and I've
it's
been out.
it's connected to so many things. So it's not like, okay, I don't use block anymore, and I won't wear my sunglasses anymore, and now I will never burn again, because it's all the third chakra. It's all fire. And if there are a lot of blockages in your third chakra, you will burn. So another crazy thing, just to get your mind thinking about these things in another way. Skin cancer. We learned that it's from the sun, right?
Yes.
So where's more skin cancer? In the northern part
Yes.
of Europe or in the southern part of Europe?
And northern.
Yeah, you can look it up. Just check the facts. Don't believe us. So people who don't see the sun for a long part of the year get sunburn and skin cancer. And for example, these crazy Italians, always in the sun, always outside, less.
Yes.
So there is no direct connection. There is something else going on. And it has a lot to do with your relationship to fire, which is also anger, which is also irritation, which is also the whole feeling of not being comfortable. And there are a lot of people who have issues with anger and not feeling comfortable and are irritated all the time. So it's an inner job. It's a big inner job. And if you cannot use the energy of the sun, but you are protecting or fighting it,
Yes.
how will you be able to use it? You're not.
No.
So you have to fight more and you have less energy and pop. So it's all connected. It's a lot of work to open yourself up to the energy of fire.
Yes. So if it's also not that if people now live here and they think, okay, tomorrow I stop with putting sunblock and they burn like crazy. It's because it's all connected, and you need to learn to listen, and that your body is telling you when it's enough, for example.
Well, there is one for a lot of people. Annemarie, Lars, do you think that I'm able to experiment with just being in the sun and using the sunlight? Well, if you own a car and you drive a car and you get irritated or angry in traffic, you're not ready to experiment with this.
This is a good qualifier. Yes.
Yeah.
So if
Because
you're angry,
you fight with fire. If you don't own a car, you've never driven a car, and you're very tranquilo in traffic. Another example is how do you behave at a family dinner?
yes. So if there is anxiety or you become angry in situations like this, because it's all fire, then it's not the time yet to experiment with the fire of the sun.
No, then you have to learn to process the inner fire.
Yes.
And a lot of people have to learn to process the inner fire, because a lot of people are raised in families where anger is just not, we just didn't learn how to process it. It's not good or bad, it's just not there.
Yes. True. Interesting.
And the sense,
Yes.
like the earth sense connected to the fire chakra, are your eyes. So I always have to think about somebody with the fire in their eyes. Then you
Yes.
can see the third chakra in their eyes. You can also see that it's not there. So people without any life in their eyes. It's the same thing. It's the lack of fire. And It's the same thing with glasses, sunglasses. So why do people need so much sunglasses? It's the same thing. It's the same fire thing. It's the same chakra.
It's the same blocking, you mean,
Exactly.
of course.
Yeah. And if
Well,
you block your eyes in the sun with sunglasses, your whole system doesn't know that there is sun. Because
yes.
there is a lot of information going through your eyes about the strength of the light. But if you block it with sunglasses, your whole system doesn't know where it is. So
So
how many
also
people are
then,
laying in the sun with their sunglasses on?
a lot.
Yeah.
All the beaches are
The
full.
the whole system is like, what? It's dark, but it's
And then you get also sunburned more easy because your eyes are not talking to your skin, say like that your skin need to prepare for absorbing the sun.
everything is connected.
Yes. And people would say to me, but what on the bike you always have massive glasses. Yes, but not in climbing or anything. I cannot have them anymore. It's only because, for example, 2 days I came down from the highest point. I think I had 100,000 flies in my face, well, when coming down.
Yeah, but
Because,
you also will more and more listen to your whole system and your system more often. I'm not against sunglasses. I think
no,
they are very helpful in certain situations. But it's about I here in Italy, I can see people when it's dark with sunglasses on, you know? So
yeah, it's the image.
yeah,
They make it part of the image.
yeah. I like this rock star with the sunglasses on. And it's all about I'm not against sunglasses. It's just that we broadcast about just think from a different perspective
Become
on all those
aware.
things. Because
Yes.
everything is connected, everything becomes more sensible, and we all have to learn to process this extra surge, this extra amount, this surplus of energy that's in the air. So we need our whole system, the full connection, to process the surplus of energy. And within that, everything is connected. So if you block one thing, there's no connection anymore on everything.
Yes. Which another thing, of course, where we talked about many times is shoes that are blocking everything in your connection to the earth.
Yep.
Yes. So, mm, what the question we asked before, like, why do we need to process so much? Why is all of this so intense? Do we even have an answer to that?
I love your words because in your words are the answer. We have to process this energy because it's intense. So let's go to the alternative. Block it.
Not processing it.
Yeah, to block it. Well,
I
blocking
think,
is fighting. So you have to defend yourself. You have to defend yourself with sunscreen, with sunglasses, with clothing, with not going into situations that you cannot bear. You have to protect yourself. You have to fight everything. So how much energy is there left?
not much. And
None.
the intensity that I experience, it almost feels like if you will fight it, you will kill your physical body because it's very intense.
And it's really intense. So I can recall a few days ago when I was in this sitting style that I only had to and there were so many tears, and the only thing that I could repeat in my system is why there is so much pain in the world. Why is there so much suffering in the world? Why is there so much people who have so much pain? And I've got people very close to me, and I've got a lot of people far away from me, and it's all the same. They are suffering big time.
Yes.
And it just came in like full blown. And the only thing I can do is try to process it. But I stopped asking why.
Yes.
Yeah, there is why, but the why are people suffering was just to open the channel.
Yes, no, not why suffering. No, no, but why the intense energy, but to process it well because it's intense. I love the answer.
Yes,
Yes.
and sometimes this mantra of words comes to me, and it's just it's not that I want an answer on why. I just want to keep the door open.
Yes.
I want to say yes to the feeling. I want to invite it, because I learned that the opposite of fighting is inviting. So I'm not fighting it. I want to fight it, definitely. My whole system once in a while goes like, "Grr." But then I have to start smoking again. I have to drink alcohol again. I have to do all those things that my body will just not allow me to do, because that's the alternative.
Yeah, which is not an alternative.
Exactly.
Yes. And that you say that you felt so much tears and had so much tears because of that you felt all of this. I had a similar experience, but very different, because when I was coming down from the highest point of the island 2 days ago on the bike, I started crying like crazy for I don't know how long, at least 10, 15 minutes on the bike go down, because what I saw the island, it was in late afternoon. It was so beautiful, and the light, and it was so magical that out of nowhere, to say like that, my eyes started producing a lot of water, started crying. And well, that I just let everything come, and it was, of course, my mind was thinking, because I will miss so much this island, and I love so much this island. The beauty was also so intense. So it's not only to say that it's heavy or whatever. It was, the beauty was so intense that it released all my tears.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's processing. So you need a lot of water to process energy.
Yes.
Yeah, everything is connected. So we touched fire, which is alchemical. Like alchemy is driving a lot on fire. And then you need a lot of water. You need a lot of water.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So those things are all connected, and you just gave such a beautiful example of processing, and this was processing beauty, which and people, if you're like, yeah, but I don't know how to process and I have to learn to process. You don't have to learn to process. You're a process machine. So you're made to process. It's not something you have to learn. It's something you have to allow. And a lot of people can allow happiness. Not everyone, by the way. Not
Mm,
everyone.
true.
Just talk
Yes.
to a depressed person and they cannot process happiness. They cannot. They block happiness. I was there. I was in this black, black tunnel, this black, black world. I couldn't process happiness. I just couldn't. But it's an inner decision. And you have to go to a place where you almost cannot go alone, and you have to face it, you have to invite it, you have to learn to process it. It's all connected.
Yes. And then in the elements, we have the earth, what we also touched already,
Yep.
and air, of course.
Yeah. So earth is fear, and fear is a beautiful energy which can block you,
Hmm.
but also can
Put
fire
you
you
on
up.
fire,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. So you can learn to use it instead of freeze and then just decide, okay, I don't like to freeze, so I block it. You can use it.
Yes.
And if you can use fear, and if you can use sadness, and if you can use anger, well, be careful what you wish for. There's a lot of energy that people don't use. They throw it away. We just in the last podcast talked about it. A lot of men, a lot of guys, they throw away eager. They just
Mm.
throw it out and it's there to grasp. A lot of
They
people
throw out
throw out
anger.
fear. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
and a lot of people throw out sadness.
Uh-huh.
You know how I trained myself to process sadness?
No.
Don't tell this to anyone. I went to how do you say it in English? Crematorium?
Crematorio. Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's more Italian, maybe.
Like like we not always bury people, but we also burn people, and so that's a funeral. And I just went to a random funeral, stand in the back,
Oh my God.
and I had to cry. I had to cry because there was so much sad, and I don't know the people, and I don't know the person, but I see the pictures and the story, and people crying. People like at a funeral, you can be sad. You know, you have to be sad.
Yes.
Be sad, by the way. Don't process sadness, but be it.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of sadness to process. And if you don't know the people, and people don't know each other, so they allow you because they think, oh, that's like this forgotten nephew or something. And I didn't take the coffee, and I didn't take the sandwiches, and I was just there, and I honored all the people. So I tried to do my best to really be graceful about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I left early also. But it's a beautiful place to learn to process sadness, because you cannot like make a story like that was my father, my uncle, my grandpa, my
No,
daughter,
it's
my
not personal.
brother.
Yes.
It's without the drama, it's without the story. So you can just process the sadness that's in the air. It's very
Process
easy.
or be?
Hmm?
Process or be?
Process. Because a lot
Process.
of people think that they are angry, or they are sad, or they are fearful. No, you just sense it. And if you sense it, you have to learn to process it.
Process. Okay. Okay. So yeah, this is I get it. That is the perfect school for processing sadness.
Yeah,
Another unorthodox one.
yeah,
I didn't do this yet.
try. And you know, it's about you everything you practice, everything you practice, you become better in. If you don't practice, it's an illusion that you learn to it's there are so many people reading books, maybe even listening to this podcast, and then they know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, you
But
don't
not
know.
practicing.
If you don't
Yes.
practice, you don't know. And I'm learning this every day. Sometimes it's a very hard school.
Yes.
I've never worked in agriculture, and I'm an
And now you're
engineer.
a farmer.
So I train my capacity to look at something and then try to do the same thing. So how is it organized? How does it work? And almost every time when I do something new, and I have to do new things here like every day that I've
Yes.
never done before, I really look closely. For example, I've seen this guy building the fences like a lot of times, and
Uh-huh.
I did 700 meters. I attached, so my fingers, my wrists are used to do everything.
Yes.
And now this guy left us alone, and I got two people working with me now here in the community. So we went there, and we went there with the old tractor on the terrain, and we brought all the stuff. And then there are these concrete poles,
Uh-huh.
and we all
Yeah.
put them straight. And you know, one hit
Yeah,
me
the one that
2 weeks
you,
ago. So
yes.
they are all straight. So then you put the net on it, so
Mm-hmm.
that the wild boars cannot enter our vegetable garden, our
Yes.
10,000 plants. And it was the first time I noticed these concrete poles are flat on one side and a little
Okay.
bit round on the other. It's a tiny difference, but
Uh-huh.
it's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a picture of the pole, and I pointed it with my finger like on this side, and do I have to put it on this side of the poles? And I made a picture. And then I called the guy. I said,
Yeah.
do I have to do it on the right side or on the left side? So we are not on the barn side, but we're on the river side. So I'm looking from the river side. Do I have to do it on the right or do it on the left? And then he said, you have to do it on the side that's 𝗕𝗬𝗧.
𝗕𝗬𝗧.
Yeah, but that's like, I thought it was flat. But the word means like it's glad.
Bended. Okay, smooth.
Smooth.
Okay.
So I was like, that's on the side that I'm pointing. If that's the 𝗕𝗬𝗧 side, if that that's the flat side. Okay, then we do it there. So that's 300 meters of fence, right?
See, I feel it coming.
Actually did it. We did a great job. We did a
Yes.
great job. And the next day we're there, and he said, "You put it on the wrong side of the poles." I said, "What? What? I even sent you a picture." He said, "Yeah, but you sent me a picture, and your finger was like really good visible on the picture, but it focused on your finger, not on the pole. So I zoomed in, and I couldn't see what was the 𝗕𝗬𝗧 side." And I said, "Yeah, but that means flat, right?" He said, "No, it means smooth, and that's the other side."
Okay, so you got some.
So you can make a picture, you can think about it, you can do a lot of things, and then you just mess up 300 meters of fence. I have to learn every day new things. But
Yes.
if I don't make all these mistakes, I will never learn. Because I thought I looked at it. I thought I
Yes.
knew. And it's the
Yes,
same
now-
with processing. If you process, you will encounter things that you have never, ever, ever, ever noticed before.
Yes. And it's an experience, because also like this, with this example, maybe you are not very happy because you have to do a lot of physical work again.
A lot.
A lot, yes. But on the other hand, it's maybe well, it will be good for something. You know, it's kind of a repetitive job, right? Because you do the same.
If I have to make a new fence,
Yes.
do you think I will forget this?
No.
Do
No,
you think
never.
who do you think is a better teacher? Like 𝗵𝗶𝗄𝗃, who's teaching me everything, or am I a better teacher for the people that work with me and have to do it also without me? Who's the better teacher?
Oh, well, better is a difficult word. The most impactful teacher will probably be you, because they have to do it all over again.
Well, I'm the better teacher because I fully understand how easy it is to make a mistake. So I explain things in a different way.
Yes.
He just stands there, he looks at it, and he says, "Why don't you see that this is wrong?" I said, "If I could see that this is wrong, I wouldn't have done it wrong."
Done it like this. Yes. Yes.
I got trained big time by not taking these things personally. So I'm a better teacher because I can find more words because I understand why people make these mistakes. He's just so practiced. He does this already for 24 years. He's astonished that I made a mistake. He's
Yes,
like,
you can't imagine, you don't see it.
Like literally, he says, "Everybody knows." I said, "Nope."
Not everybody. Me, no. No.
I'm at least not everybody. That's something I get very clear every day. So it's yeah, and I love this. I just made the choice to embrace it.
Yes, and then when you have to do it all over again, you will see it as a training time, and since it's the repetitive job, it's always, I think about the Karate Kid. You know, it's like meditative even too. So you would change the experiment in something, an experience useful in whatever way.
Yeah,
If it's
but
not.
also in relationships. So then we go back to full blown energy work, like oh, there is no energy here now. That's interesting. Well, that's really perfect timing.
Yes, something happened in the middle of you saying we have to go back to the real energy work, and then I looked at my screen and boom, power cut.
Yeah, and on this
So
place it was really like poof.
yes,
And then
so
yeah, and then we got a nice break.
yes, talking a lot about other things. And
Yeah, because
now we're
all the
back.
things that we discussed, like you can make it big, you can make it small. It's processing energy.
Yes.
And if you invite all this energy, yeah, for the first time, then you get poof.
Poof, literally block out because it's too much to handle for the system. We had this before, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, we had it once before and it was also perfect timing. And if you
Yes.
talk about energy, you talk about light. If you talk about light, you talk about love. And that's the highest frequency with the most energy in it. And we just discussed it during our little break. If you break it all down, people have to learn to allow themselves to be exactly who they are.
Yes.
And then a lot of people say, yeah, but everyone does that. And we've got a lot of criminals and people that like all
Oh, yeah.
egoistic and there are a lot of bad people and they will just make more cruelty and Okay, then we go back to the first thing I ask my clients if they have the guts to do a journey together. Do you believe in a friendly universe or in a cruel universe? And as long as you keep the belief that we live in a cruel universe, you can never, ever, ever, ever be your beautiful self. Because you are everything and everything is you. So if you think that you are cruel, you're not. You will never become yourself. Easy.
That's is yes, but yeah, well, yes, it's easy, but a very deep one. If you really listen to every
It's the
word
deepest
you
of
just
all.
said.
Yeah. And that's why it's a long journey, and that's why there's a lot of practicing, and that's why you and me just have made the choice to enjoy the journey.
Yes. Yes, for sure. And it's becoming more and more fun also all the time. Yes, it's true. So if people are thinking, what, this was a lot again, about no food, no sunblock, no being myself. Do we have some easy exercise or training idea we could give them for the next, okay, we will explain later, 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Something pops up in your mind?
Yeah, the most easiest thing is to really, really, really allow yourself to ask your body to guide you in the transformation of the energy.
Yes.
I learned it a
Yes.
long time ago. It's a shamanic way of looking at it. And there is a shamanic tradition, and they call it your dream body.
Mm-hmm.
So just look at your body as your dream body. So you're dreaming it up. And if your
Like
dream body,
imaginary body, you
no, no,
mean?
no, no, this is our
Okay.
dream body.
Okay, the physical one.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if it wants to move in a certain direction, you allow your dream body to move. like the best example from this teacher is he is one of the best people if there is a conflict. So he is really like an equalizer. And very, very, very often he used the dream body to do what it wanted to do. So as an example, I love this guy. He was at a big table with a lot of people, like the world leaders, like really the ones you see on television. And they had this meeting. And at a certain moment, his dream body wanted to curl up under the table. And he did.
Yes, you
And then he
that.
felt that his body wanted to cry. So he just cried with all the noise in a meeting with the world leaders. So just imagine, right? All these tables around, and then this country and the name and the microphone and everything.
One below
And
the
somebody
table.
noticed, and they said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Nobody is contacting the inner child here. It's crying." And it was silent for a few moments. And they did a meditation and stuff. So it's our goosebumps again. So we will do our next podcast in a few weeks from now. So if you want to start small, just go into the forest, start walking, and let your dream body make the choice where to go.
Yes.
Not
So
your
not
mind, your body.
Yes. 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 And if you really like to train this, the same with in the supermarket, with food, with where to go, who to talk to, just calm down the mind.
Exactly.
Yes.
And if you want to choose a spot at the table, because you go to a restaurant with a group of people, don't think.
Feel.
Just go to the table and let your body decide where to sit.
Yes. It will just sit somewhere. Yes.
It knows where to sit.
Yes. It's true. We practice this many times. Yes.
And it's the best way as a first step to practice how to process energy. And it's the same thing why I just listen to my dream body when it says no food.
Yes.
And it's not only saying no food, it says sit down for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And sometimes I have to move, and sometimes it wants to cry, and sometimes it wants to stretch, and sometimes it wants to be in total silence. And I just allow my dream body to express it. And it's so intelligent every time again that at the end of the session, I processed energy.
And you feel different.
Very different. And people around me notice the difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. This is something I hope many people are going to try, because we know what it brings.
Yep.
And if they have questions, or you know where to find us.
Reach
As
out.
always, of
Reach
course.
out.
We love to get questions.
So, my big one. What's your definition of love?
Oh, ooh la la. Today, today, really, definition of love, to give the lead to your body. Because I experienced so much in the last weeks myself, what it does. So the definition of love is let your body, your dream body, your senses lead you, because it will bring you more love and light.
Oh, what I love about you is you really live this truth, because normally you have a business meeting on Friday afternoon, right?
Yes.
And what did your body says it wanted to do?
It wants to go to the ocean exactly in that moment of the day, and to the beach, since it is my last day here for now. And I really feel that so strongly that it needs, my body wants to absorb a lot of minerals and everything from the ocean. So I'm going to do that. Yes, and not the business meeting.
And that's so beautiful. That's such a proof of love that you listen to it, act on it, and because you practice so much, you know how to listen, and you allowed yourself to act on it.
Yes.
That's love. Yeah, that's love. I understand it. Wow. Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you. And the question for you, the big one today. What is your definition of awareness?
Awareness is today invite my whole intelligence system, and just I've seen this beautiful sign in a shopping mall. There's a bar, and it says, "You can park your husband here, we will take care of him." You only have to pay the bill when you pick him up. And that's such a beautiful, it's a lot of humor, and I can actually relate to it. And it's what I do with my mind. What I did this week, and this conversation was about it with my mind. I just brought it to the bar, and they take care of it. And in the meantime, I'm doing something else. And really allow the awareness of my intelligence system. I had several moments this week, like so in tune, so in resonance with this intelligence that's working, that's made to transmutate energy. It's just how I and we are built. That's who we really are. And allowing that awareness is magic, pure magic. Yeah, that's my definition this week.
I feel it.
Mm.
Yes. Thank you
Thank you. And
for another.
and another thing I read somewhere is we only wake up to get some extra. I think you mentioned it, right? That we only live. We are only awake to have ingredients for our dreams.
No, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And that's why we will have a few weeks without a podcast, so that we have no ingredients.
Good story. Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, it's on me, both of the next 2 weeks. Next week I will be in Prague, to be exactly, on Friday. Actually for 4 days for an event. And the week after, on the Friday, I will be driving all the day to Italy. So
That's
it's a bit
always a good
difficult.
decision.
Yeah, to go to Italy. Yes, it is. Yes, so we will be back on June 12th, which is the day I arrived on this planet. What's what they call birthday. So yeah, that will be something special for sure.
So all these listeners that we have, this huge audience, where can they send their birthday present to?
Ooh, I'm never in one place, so I don't know. Just send
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
send love and light, and I receive it in through the universe.
Beautiful. Well, let's see each other on your birthday then.
Yes. See you in 3 weeks.
Nice.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.